Hi, the purpose of this video is to show you how you can create headers and footers in your Word document. So first of all, let's discuss what a header and footer means. A header is something that runs at the top of every page of your document. Sort of like if you think of your bed and where you keep your head, it's the top of your head is at the top of the bed, it's the head of the bed. And then the footer is something that runs at the bottom of every page. That would be your footer, just like your feet of the bed. So in order to get to your header section, we'll start with that. We're going to click on the Insert tab here. And then if you look over here in the header and footer group, you see that you have the option of header, and it's got a drop-down list. Now, there's some built-in settings here that you can scroll through, and we'll talk about these in a second. But for now, we're going to go all the way down to where it says Edit Header. And you'll see what happens is you are now clicked in the top portion of your document, basically where your top margin is, and the bottom portion of your document where all your text is sort of becomes grayed out. And the reason for that is because you can't be editing the header at the same time as the document. So one or the other has to be grayed out. If you're in the document, then your header will be grayed out. So you can see here that you have the ability to type whatever you would like in the header section. So for example, if your teacher said that you need to type your name at the top of every page, you could type your name, okay? If you hit the Enter key, other options that you have, if you take a look when you're in the header area, you see that you have this toolbar up here, the Header and Footer Tools Design tab. And located here are some options. We're going to come back and look at page number in a second, but I want to bring you over here to where it says Document Info. And you have the ability here to, for example, pick file name. And what that will do is it will actually put the name of your file. Right now, mine's just called Document 14. Okay, so now if I were to close out of my header and footer, okay, I could see that this is running at the top of this page. And if I were to go down and start a whole another page, okay, you could see how the header would then be included on that page as well. Okay, so back up to the top here, I just want to point out, so we know that we did insert and we went to header and we picked edit header. But another quick way of getting to the header section is by simply moving your mouse up to this header section and double clicking. So when you double click, it will actually allow you to edit your header area. And then if you wanted to close out, you could either click close, but you could also double click here in your document area. Okay, so let's go down to our footer section, and same rule applies here. So if you wanted to, you could double click in your footer section, but we're going to go to Insert and we're going to go to Footer, and this time we're going to use one of these built-in options here. Since we didn't do that for the footer, for the header, but we saw it there, let's do it this time around. So I'm going to go and use this blank 3-column option. And so you can see what it does is it sort of sets up for you 3 different areas, a left, a center, and a right area where you could type different things in. So maybe here in the middle section, I decide that I want my page number. So I'm going to go up to page number, and I'm going to say, hey, in my current position, they have different styles that you can pick from. I want it to, just be maybe a plain number. Okay, and you can see how it inserts the plain number in that position. But they had a variety of different kinds that you could do there. And maybe in this position, I'm going to go up to Document Info, and I decide that I want a file name here instead of up top. Okay, and then maybe I decide that here I want the date. So I'm going to go over here to date and time, and it allows you to pick all different kinds of date and time formats, and I click OK. Now, typically speaking, you wouldn't set your page up to look like this. You would go by whatever your teacher indicated that they wanted you to do. But I just want to point out that you do have the ability to use all of these different features. One other thing that I kind of wanted to mention is I'm going to go back here. If you have a cover page, so I'm going to go to the top of my document here, and I haven't taught you page breaks yet, but if you were to insert a page break, and that is Control-Enter on your keyboard, you'll see what happens is you get a blank page, right? So here you might want to have sort of a cover page. This is, the topic of my paper, et cetera, with my name. So this is my cover page, so to speak, okay? Now, typically on the cover page, you would not want a header. So watch what you can do. If you double click here in the header section on the design tab, you can indicate that you want a different first page. So what that will do, okay, when I check it and I close out, is it will remove the header and footer from this first page, but yet see how it's still available down here for the second page. Okay, so I think that pretty much concludes what you need to know about header and footers, but I encourage you to sort of explore that whole header and footer toolbar because there are a lot of nice little things available on there for you.